Hey guys, I'm back with my video response to episode 2. And, I can't quite do it like Pipes can. That was awesome, man. That was killer. Like, I wish I could hit the high notes like that. So, yeah, I guess that is kind of like a, kind of punch in the face PT to have Pipes pull out a note like that. But that was cool, and I think like Steve Clark said on the forum, Pipe, you should do that every time you introduce an episode. That would be awesome. So hopefully, maybe there will be some Pipe's vocals on the next album. Maybe. But anyways, let's get into it. But apart from that, PT, I know what you mean. Like when you don't practice singing for a while, you tend to lose it. You don't get the right technique. You don't project your voice in the right place. Times like when I've been lazy and my music teacher, like she goes on holidays at the end of the year for 6 weeks. So, I don't really practice much during that time. I do, unless I'm doing something for myself. But it really does make a difference if you practice and you don't practice. There are only a few people out there in the world that can actually just, naturally do things, naturally pull out a note whenever they please. I wish I was one of them, but I'm not. So I totally sympathise with you with what's happening with your vocals. But anyway, that was cool to have Doug and is it Steve Wontroba. That was a cool segment on how you guys were entering that song, and it was interesting how they said they wanted an exact carbon copy, basically, of the song. It's pretty funny too, talking about big voluptuous chicks. Some people like them, and yeah, so that was really cool. And 10 minutes, I didn't really notice it was quite long because it was really entertaining. And I really enjoyed it. I wish more listeners would submit things like that. Just sort of break up the show a bit and, push in a little bit of a different direction from time to time. So, anyways, let's get to that Morley Mini Wah. That was a cool review, Pipes, because you were just having a conversation about it. It was like an honest conversation about the pedal. And it's not as if you were saying it's the best pedal in the world. No, it's not. And like you were saying, I could hear that in your sound samples. Your sound samples weren't that bad. You should see some of the tools on YouTube trying to review gear. One of them being me. So, yeah, that pedal. I think it's a fantastic idea to have a smaller Morley pedal. And you're right, the sound is, I guess you could say, between vintage and modern, whatever the hell that is. Because in my mind, a vintage sound is kind of like the original Crybabies, or the GCB 95, a little bit more on the high end, and the more modern ones a little bit more on the low end, more throaty sort of tone. But then again, a Jimi Hendrix was quite throaty. So, I don't know, it's an old pedal, what they used to do with them. I could tell you guys technically what's actually going on in the circuit if anyone cares, but yeah, it's hard to say when people talk about sound, what is vintage, what is modern, and that sort of thing. You're talking about high gain versus when they used to try to get a little bit of gain out of their amp by cranking them up. Yeah, but, with a wah pedal, the wah tones you hear these days, in my opinion, are still pretty much the same as what you were getting, back then, just depending on the different kind of wahs. But anyway, enough about that. That was a cool review, and hopefully, yeah, it'll be an even better review by whoever is going to review it, one of the listeners. So yeah, looking forward to that. The Dave and Clint segment, I should say, Dave's Tech Talk, that is cool. Like shielding guitars. I remember when I was young, dumb, still am dumb. But anyway, I had a big thing with shielding my guitars. You read one little thing on the internet, you hear someone else say it, you hear a professional talk about it, and you take it as gospel. I was going to the trouble, I was going to get one of my Black Ibanez's, which runs humbuckers, and you can split them, but they're in like a hum cancelling mode with the humbucker pickups, so single coil mode. And I was going to do it, and I found one guy, the guitar shop that I bought it from. I went back there a year later. I said, dude, I want a shielding kit. He's like, what kind of guitar? This guy named JJ, he's like trapped in the 80s. Kind of looks like Slash. He's got long black curly hair down to his back, skin tight jeans on, wears those tight sort of shirts, and it's always a heavy metal sort of band, like an 80s metal band. And the way he talks is like, yeah, man, dude, you don't need shielding, you got humbuckers. What are you complaining about? It's not going to make any difference. And he seriously talks like that, but he's so passionate when he talks. And he's cool. I remember going to that music store, they got this private amp room, and it's all glass doors, so it's kind of soundproof. And he starts like picking up Gibsons and literally like sort of tossing them to me, not from far away, just from, you know, standing distance to each other, as if you could shake someone's hand. He's like, there you go. It's like, holy crap, this thing's heavy. But anyways, yeah, talking to him for a while, and I learnt you don't really have to shield a lot of guitars, exactly like what Clint said. You know, where's the problem coming from? And if it's going to come into the face of the guitar, it's not really going to make much difference. And then I realised, you know, shielding my humbucker guitars really wouldn't be that much of a benefit and a pain in the ass to actually do. So I didn't do it. I didn't do it at all. And I've gone away from single coils anyway, so... But you know, I do get it. But that's a cool idea with the slugger tape. I didn't know about that till Dave told me about it, and yeah, it's a lot cheaper than buying a small, like a Damasio shielding kit. So $50 bloody. So anyways, the top 20 that Pipes brought up from Guitar Squid, that was cool. Honestly, I didn't know too many of those movies, but I did remember, like, I thought Rockstar with Mark Wahlberg, I thought that was a fantastic movie. A lot of people hate it, but I think it's, you know, it's kind of real. It shows like the trials and tribulations they go through on that sort of thing. You know, and the dream of being the front man of your dream band of Steel Dragon. You know, I thought it was a really, really cool movie. You know, I really liked it. So, but I do like the dueling guitars with Vi and what the hell was that? With Vi and what's his name, Ralph, whatever the hell his name is, at the end of Crossroads. Now, the first time I heard about Crossroads was on the Bliss. I had no idea it existed, and I obtained the movie. And yeah, it's a pretty cool movie. Pretty cool movie. I actually, personally, I like Rockstar better. You guys can hate me, but maybe it's just the style of music. So, anyways, just let's just finish this off with that outro track with Steve Clark. That was cool, man. Nice and raw. It's good to hear that again. And yeah, I just really like the sound. And I think it sounded pretty good. Like you said, you recorded that in your living room, just on the couch. It sounds like there's not a lot of reflections, unlike the room that I'm in at the moment, where there's ridiculous amounts of reflections, which is why I have to use a noise gate all the time, or sorry, expander gate. But anyway, at the moment, I'm coming to you from my dodgy microphones on my webcam, which suck balls, but I'm running Windows 7 at the moment, having a problem with drivers. So anyway, guys, another fantastic episode, and I can't wait for the next one. Catch ya.